as you can see, Ali already has one of our cases. This is a 940 that we built custom for him. We shipped it to Kuwait. It has dual GT500 Duos in it. Ali sponsored by X-Nova, Goblin, MKS, and Hobbywing. Now, even though we built this case for Ali just a couple months ago, he's already upgraded one of his sponsors. The Hobbywing logo is going to be replacing a logo of another ESC manufacturer. And we're also taking out the Revolectrix balance boards that were on the deck, and we're replacing it with the modular para boards. We're moving the fans down, and we're adding a couple of other accessories. Now, Ali is very knowledgeable about the specs of the chargers and the power supplies and knew exactly what he wanted. Now, because we're putting in dual modular para boards on either side of the chargers, it's kind of making the deck a little bit tight. So we're having to move the IEC with the switch, the USB, and the banana jacks to the outside of the case. Most of my customers know I will not put a fan in the outside of a case. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the dust collection boot off the bottom of the machine. We wanted to actually do a video and show you how much material actually comes off. We've done this before so you can actually see the bit working, but we're normally there with an air hose blowing everything off. It actually makes a big mess, and one of us has to clean it up. Seeing as I'm the guy that builds the cases and Chris runs the machine, he's closer. So poor Chris has to vacuum that whole mess up and sweep it up. That's okay, he'll take one for the team. So Ali gives me design ideas via Facebook Messenger on our Rotorcraft page. Chris does the designing, sends it out to the machine. If we're doing time lapse, we'll set up the 6-foot ladder with the iPad to do video. Then as decks are getting cut, we keep swapping out material and keep everything going. And every once in a while, something gets left on the table. Let me tell you something. If that machine hits it, it's destroyed. It's an industrial quality machine. It does not care what's on that table. It will wad it up into a little bitty ball. I've actually been hit in the shoulder videoing before, and it's not pleasant. So then after we recut the one deck, I was looking at them on the table, and I decided to mirror one of them. That way the modular para board would be on the left on one deck and on the right on the other. That way he's not having issues when he's out charging. Everything is going to be away from the other case. Then while I'm doing the chemical welding on the decks that have just been cut and chemical welding the acrylics to the other uppers, Chris will go ahead and do the chemical dye onto the acrylic, gets that laid up and starts cutting. Now I always enjoy watching this cut. It's just the way the machine goes, it's just so random. It'll actually just do the outline of everything, then it comes back in and hogs everything out, and then that's when you get the bold look to it. Now because we use a very fine tip, and Chris has the machine overlap by 50% for every cut, and that's how we get such a good quality cut. Sometimes it's actually just relaxing to sit there and watch the machine cut. Now, it goes this slow for 8 hours straight. So when you get to watch a time lapse, it's actually exciting because you do not realize that this machine is running all day long just to cut these pieces. Now, unfortunately for us, and absolutely awesome for our customers, we had 14 cases in a row with upper decks. It's just unprecedented for us. We normally get 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. To have 14 in a row, especially with Goblin logos, you can see how long it takes for a Goblin logo to cut. But we got through this big rush. So now that we got all the decks done, we have all the acrylics welded into the upper decks. which is just some amazing sponsors for Ali, and I'm so proud of him. I mean, it's just, he's got good people standing behind him. He's got good equipment. Now, y'all saw the teaser on Facebook of all the decks laid out with the LEDs. We're going to show you what we do. We actually take the acrylic, we chemically weld it into the deck. We want to make this one piece. Now, we already have the carbon fiber wrap on when we do the chemical welding, because we do not want to have to trim that vinyl and scratch that acrylic. That's always a bad day. Then I get the pleasure of sitting there and measuring out every strip of LED and tying them all together. And then I install them. Now, when you turn these LEDs on, it's just an absolute fantastic look. The pictures do nothing to what it looks like in person. And then you can see step-by-step process of the chemical welding of the risers, the power supplies being installed, the decks being installed, getting all the wiring done, actually building these latches and putting the hinges on. That is the most time-consuming thing on a case we can possibly do. Except for the CNC. That definitely takes the longest. Now, I want to thank Ali for some of the bonus video he sent us. It's going to be at the end of this video. And this is just a little bitty teaser of what he did for us. So for Ali, I'd like to thank his sponsors, X-Nova, Goblin, Hobby Wing, and MKS. We really appreciate you guys supporting the hobby and supporting the customers that support us. Does that make sense? Now, because this is a kit, we pull our charger out and prep it for shipping. Thanks, Ali.